Well, on this Food City Friday, we welcome Chef Julie back to the show. Julie, we have all graduated from Biscuit Making 101.
Yes.
And now we're in the next class.
Next, the advanced level, 102.
But you did show us how to make a real basic biscuit recipe.
Yes, and this is still a traditional basic biscuit, but it adds a few more layers to what you do to get the end result. So
okay, and I see the rolling pin.
The rolling pin is out here. We are going to have to do some things. And honestly, the way I make biscuits is not the way my mama made biscuits. I use butter, she used shortening, you know, and you've got your recipe at home. But this is what I do, and you'll probably find some tips here that'll help you with whatever recipe that you like. If you don't want to do mine at bakingwithjulie.com, you'll see it. The first thing I did want to talk about is the flour I'm using. I'm usually not a brand name girl, but on flour I am. I like to use white lily flour, and the reason why, if you look right here, do you see where it says protein?
Yeah.
It says 2 grams, okay? Now this is a great flour too, but it has 3 grams of protein. Okay. This is a lighter flour. And on the market, I cannot find a lighter biscuit flour to use than White Lily. Other ones that say they're biscuit flour are still great. You can use them, but this one has just a little less gluten in it, so it makes a little more tender biscuit. So I prefer to use this one. I know most people don't look. If you look
I've never looked at the protein on our flour.
If you look at bread flour, it'll usually have a protein content of 4 or sometimes even 5.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that's just a little thing to kind of flour 101.
So it'll make them lighter?
Make a lighter biscuit. Right. So using the right flour for whatever, if you're making pizza dough, you obviously want bread flour because you want that really good texture. So using the right flour helps a lot to get the final result that you're going for. We want tender, and the way we're going to do it, we start with the flour here. We've got in some, we have baking powder in here, and a little salt.
Okay.
So I'm going to pop that right in and whisk this around, which doesn't take long.
Stirring in our dry ingredients.
Yes, dry ingredients together. Now we're going to do something that some people don't do. I'm going to cut in my butter. So I'm using cold butter. We got a 1/4 stick of butter, and I'm going to grate it in just like it's cheese.
See, now this is a nice technique,
right?
Because it is hard to get the little chunks of butter.
Yes, it can be. So this makes it a lot quicker. I use unsalted butter because I'm adding salt.
Okay.
Otherwise.
I love that. I'm going to use that hack at home.
And it's not hard to do. Now I still use a pastry blender.
Okay.
And go ahead and do just a little bit of this. But see, this doesn't take very long, and I'm pretty much done. And now we're going to put in some buttermilk. We got about 3/4 cup here, and I'm not going to put all of it in. I'll put most of it. I always hold a little back just in case. Because
so you know the consistency.
So I know the consistency. You don't want it to be dry and crumbly. But it'll come together here, and I think I will add this another bit. And you want to have cold buttermilk. I like to use whole milk buttermilk. I just think it gives, but you can use low fat. Doesn't really matter too much about how you do that. I use a large fork to mix my stuff around. I just kind of like how that goes. Yep.
And you can see that dough already
forming coming
there.
together.
Yes.
I am going to add just a touch, which is why I had this out, because sometimes you need just a touch more to get that right, because when it's right, it all comes together and the dry has disappeared, and then it's nice and done. And
then this is one of those that you are going to roll out.
I am going to roll out. I am absolutely going to roll out, and I always have a little bit of extra flour nearby. I like to do my hands. And you want to knead this together, but just barely, and you'll be surprised in just a few turns it just comes together. And you can feel it under your hands that it has come together in a different way. See that? It's already together. You don't want to overwork this dough. If you overwork it, you're going to have a tougher biscuit. So you just kind of want to do what you got to do and don't do any more. I have a French pin, which I like to use.
I like that too.
Yeah. And then we just roll her right out, and it depends on how thick you want your biscuits, how far you go.
Okay.
Back when I had a bunch of kids at the house, I would make a triple recipe and fill up an entire, well, you can hold up that sheet. I would fill up that whole sheet like much at one time.
Plenty.
I had plenty.
And they were nice and thin.
Yep, they were nice and thin. So what I like to do, and this sounds silly if you're just going to eat them, this isn't for presentation to the Queen of England, okay? I just use a pizza cutter, and I just cut them up into little bits, and I'm done.
And then they go pop them in the oven?
Pop them in the oven. I don't have to roll them out, cut them out. Well, I do roll them out, but that's how I cut them out. And then I just bake them, and here you go.
Bake them off. All right, wonderful recipe, but we're not done because we're going to show you how to make them into cinnamon rolls.
Yum, yum,
my
yum.
goodness, coming up
So
here in
good.
just a little bit. For more information, check out her website, bakingwithjulie.com.